Well, good evening, all, up until 12 a.m. And probably have 10 minutes left, but it's all good. Well, this is the peak of Lionsgate tomorrow, which would be at 12:08 p.m. in the afternoon, depending on the time zone you're in. And I have been up since 3:30 this this morning up until 12. Fell back asleep for only a half an hour. And I've been enjoying this. I know others are going, everybody is completely different on their journey with Lionsgate or with whatever it is, different stages of healing journeys. I've noticed a few healers almost, or whatever you want to call it, a couple of them slip almost back into 4D. Whew. Wow. Well, I guess because, I guess in their case, they're going through just like everybody else, whatever it is, that they have to purge and release. And some people have some really major purging. There's others, I tend to navigate these energies pretty easy. This Lionsgate, I am not thrown down. Last year, and I'll share this. Last Lionsgate last year, I went through a dark night of the soul. Oh my gosh. It was after, there was a lot of things that happened last year. And I literally, I was like, whoa, it's a lot of upgrades and different ones. And you intend to get those, depends on your journey, because it's a lifetime journey. And only thing that I have felt was this time around excitement and high vibrations. And it's a big, huge manifesting portal. And one of the things is knowing exactly what your desires are. Because the universe knows. They are going to give them to you on divine timing. Because they will never give you anything you can't handle. So they will determine, and your guides, if you trust your intuition 100% and your guides, and trust in the universe, it'll all be a surprise. So, surprises happen because they're a surprise. And it's funny. I dozed off for 5 minutes, and last, and I just heard surprise. But anyway, it's been a beautiful, clear night, and one of the lovely things is that you can switch up any kind of grounding method you wish to. Whatever feels good for you at that time, and there's a reason for everything. Everything. A lot of lessons are being learned. A lot of tests are happening. The universe, if you don't pass the test, or if not even pass the test, they're going to test you again. And they'll keep testing you. But they're never going to give you anything you can't handle. The aha moments and learning of the lessons, you will be very grateful for them and thankful. Because there was a lot of lessons I had to learn a long time ago. Even, and I wouldn't be here at all if I didn't learn them. I would not be. Seriously. And some of the things is that, um, yeah, some people before this went, towering moments happen different times. And the interesting thing about it is you can, something can tower and you don't even know it. Really don't. Um, Whatever that may be. And that happens. One of my favorite cards, that and the death card. It's funny how these things happen, but you you enjoy to ride the once you are accustomed to these energies, whether they're new or not. You don't even pay them. You don't feed into them really. Not feed into them, but you don't actually pay them no mind almost. Not so much the energies, but all the shifts that come with it because they come so smoothly because you're able, once you reach a certain level in your journey, you're able to just navigate and ride the wave. The wave can get rough at times, but you'll be able to ride it. And when you get to that point, it's whatever that did tower was already cleared, healed, and dissolved and sealed. And that never comes up again. But something always comes up. But that's okay. Know what you desire, especially with manifesting, because manifesting, we're manifesting 100% of the time. If we stay in a 51% desire of manifestation, if we stay in a lower vibration and start worrying about, well, how, the how is not your job. Your job is the now, not the how. That you give to your spirit team or your spirit guides. And it'll be taken care of. And knowing exactly what you want and desire is so important. There are people, well, I don't know what I want. Okay. You'll get there. Then it's time to reevaluate. You don't want to stay in reevaluation for too long. But regardless, a quitter, when some people manifest and then they go through the different tests and they get antsy, upset, or whatever it is, it's normal to get upset. But at the same time, once that's where you stay the strongest, are you going to quit or are you going to persevere? That's the question. Are you going to are you going to be in it or out of it? And a lot of times people just quit when they are literally losing patience, or that's the key, is to have patience because everything comes in divine timing. If, for example, if you're going to buy a house because you feel you have to, the universe is not going to give it to you because it's not a desire. It's a want. It's a want. It's a need. It's a want that's an actual need. Needs are there. Needs will automatically get taken care of. It's what you desire. Because one of the things is, if it's just because you have to, it's not going to happen. If also people, like, let's use, for example, money carries a very strong energy. And it's wonderful to dream big, but then you have to narrow it down of what you are capable of. Because the universe is going to put you to a test with that. If you want to dream big, well, I want a $10 million tomorrow and win the lotto. How many people do you know have actually won the lotto? They've won it, but guess what? That money is gone. Gone completely. We hear stories of that all the time because they don't know how to manage it. Because if you don't look at your numbers, that means that if definitely you're not looking at your numbers, and this is just a pure example, that there is fear. That is the one of the many traumas with money that needs to be healed on a deeper and deeper level. Because yes, the universe will give it to you, but it'll disappear right in your arm away. I mean, many years ago, I had lots of money, but guess what? Many years ago, it disappeared. I've learned some very big lessons with that, and we all do learn lessons, and they're never bad. We're entitled to make mistakes because we are human, and we learn from those mistakes and those lessons. And I'll give you an example. The whole thing with money. This is one of my specialties: is money, magic, and manifestation. And I'll tell you, I claimed bankruptcy twice. I'm not ashamed to say it. I earn a very decent living in the in the health field, and I had nothing to show for it at one point. Yeah, I was even working two jobs. But at the same time, we learn those things because the cash flow is where the energy is, and financial freedom, that's something to manifest. I'll give you an example of what I've told my clients. You don't let the banks control you. Just remember, you are in full control. You create your own reality. You are in 100% full control. And I had one of my clients, they had an aha moment 2 weeks, maybe a month later. And they said, wow, Robbie, you were right. I said, exactly. I said, it's a physical action step. It's a physical aligned action step that's a baby step. Because here's the thing: once you take baby steps, and even if you break the baby steps down, it'll come faster than you think. You'll be like, what happened here? You know? Um, the woman was out of credit card debt. She said, oh my gosh, you got me out of credit card debt. And I said, no, I guided you. You got yourself out of the credit card debt. How did I do that? I said, you set your intention of being financially free. I won't tell you what that physical trick is, but it's a pure example, and I'm just using that because we've lived in a society that has depended on too much plastic. Because now, because of COVID, everybody had this myth that quarters, dimes, nickels, dollars, euros, pounds, whatever the heck it is going to carry this virus. That's fear, please. So, that's the other thing. And she stepped into her own power. And one of the things is that there's a reset. After the reset year, everything has been new beginnings from the reset year. So that was a lot of things are towering around and collapsing and changing. So, and it is changing for the good, and it's called going with the flow, because the separation now between the 3D muggles, the sheeple, the ones that are non-awoke, when you love yourself, you love them or show them the love and compassion that they aren't awoke. And that gap between the ones that are awoke and non-awoke, that gap is getting extremely, extremely wide. And it is separating to a point, it's like, they won't exist to you. But anyway, I want to wish you all a happy manifesting portal. But we manifest 100% of the time, 24/7. We manifest when we're not sleeping, when we're sleeping, and giving yourself permission. But staying in that high vibrational energy of gratitude is really one of the highest vibrations to be in. Is that, when people complain, when people are not in high vibe, or when people just of what's going wrong. And if you keep saying what's going wrong, it is going to keep going that way. The universe just doesn't care. It's going to keep coming to you. That's what happens. So, one thing is focus on all your goals. Your goals become desires. And that's where you put it as desires. And it's not wants, it's desires. What your heart desires. And what feels good for you. Everyone, have a happy Lionsgate tomorrow. I am doing this video at this time of the night because I'm going to be having fun tomorrow. And have a magical night. Love you all, and just remember, only love is real. The rest is just an illusion.